Welcome back to Mel's Kitchen. I am Mel, the myth, the legend, and the woman herself. I know it's been a while, but listen, we have a fun and easy meal today. We're making our shrimp crawfish bread. A few items is all you need and a lot of spice. So follow me and let's get started. Alrighty, so all we need for this quick and easy meal, starting with our veggies, are a bell pepper, green preferably, a sweet yellow onion, green onion, some celery sticks, and that's it for your veggies. As far as our protein, it's all in the name. Crawfish tails and some shrimp. I recommend the itty bitty shrimp so it's easier to digest and cut up. Now, going forward for our cheeses, I'm using mozzarella, cream cheese, Parmesan, and Monterey Jack. We're gonna use a little Alfredo sauce too. You can make it, but to cut time and cost, get you a pre-made jar. Seasoning wise, we're doing our cayenne, Old Bay, seafood magic, a little bit of that paprika for that smoky flavor, lemon pepper, and some minced garlic. All right, so we're gonna get things started with this bell pepper. I know can be formalities when it comes to cutting veggies, but as for me, if you know me, just get the job done. So, because we're using one loaf, I say use half of the green bell pepper if you don't like a lot of veggies. But because I like veggies and y'all need to include your proteins in your dishes, or your veggies, I mean, I'm gonna use the whole bell pepper. Alrighty, now on to our celery sticks. Make sure y'all wash y'all celery sticks because you know sometimes Mother Nature likes to leave her bugs in between them. I'm only using 2 sticks because I'm not really a big fan of celery, but it just goes with the bread. What do they say? It's our holy trinity. And make sure you got them chopped down because nobody wants to choke on a big piece of celery. We're gonna do half of our sweet yellow onion. Now, this doesn't make me teary-eyed as much as the red onions, but I still say, hey, get your bifocals or your goggles to protect them eyes if you have watery eyes. Sometimes people say putting vinegar or like water kind of helps, so I give them a soft little rinse and just go through them. The green onion, we're gonna chop just a little bit of it because some of that is gonna be for the garnish, but it's also good to mix in with the veggies as well. And they always be wilted at the top, so cut that off so you can get the strong pieces. Same deal, give it a good little chop. And now it's time to head to the stove to get these veggies going, and then we're gonna start on our proteins. So once that melts down, give it a quick swirl. And I know it might look like a lot of butter, but once you add all these veggies and you see them, you'll see why we use a whole stick. Even though it's not all the way broken down, we obviously know it's going to melt down. So while she's cooking and making love with each other, we're going to come back and go ahead and get our shrimp peeled and chopped up to add when they cook down. And you can buy shrimp that are already peeled or already deveined, but because they're the little small baby shrimps, obviously we have to pull them out their shell themselves. I'm literally just going down the middle just to make them about this size in order for them to, you know, kind of be uniform with the crawfish tails. I say you need about a pound of this to get a sufficient amount to layer them across the loaf. But if you like more shrimp, you can do more shrimp. If you like more crawfish, you can do more crawfish, or you could literally just do one or the other. Me, I said, why not the best of both worlds? We're gonna get them both, and that's what we're gonna do today. These really take no time to peel just because when they're already thawed out, they literally just slide out the shell. So you can literally just, the easiest way I say is pinch the tail off, kind of like eating fake crawfish, but they're shrimps. Now, another tip I will share is that if you are peeling shrimp and they have the shells on them, keep y'all shells because that's the natural seafood stock right there. Boil them up, season them, and there's your shrimp stock. I wish y'all could smell, you know what, since we asking ChatGPT everything, we need to ask them how to create a smell aroma so y'all can smell what I'm cooking. I like to season my proteins before they get into the main pot too, just so they're marinating, they boiling up, and they're getting very flavorful. So I'm just gonna take some of my seafood magic, save that. And look, I know sometimes people are like, what's the measurements? Eyeball it, trust your gut, follow your intuition. Cause in Mel's Kitchen, we freestyle around here, baby. I do like to season my veggies too, but we're gonna season them lightly just because we still have a lot of things to add and we definitely don't want anything to overpower. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of Old Bay, season that in there. And now, since that's cooking down, I'm gonna add our minced garlic. I would say this is probably about maybe a fourth of minced garlic. So we're still gonna let that cook down before we add our shrimp and crawfish tails. If you know, crawfish has a little liquid residue. So what I like to do is I like to wash them off with some regular white vinegar and then I'll add them into the shrimp. So just get you a strainer, rinse them out. Some people like to put them in raw like that. Like I said, over here, we like to make sure everything is clean and crisp. It's really giving them a bath. Consider it a post-purge being out of the shell. All right, and then we're just gonna add that to the shrimp. Don't think of it as cross-contamination because it's all seafood. And now that we've added that, you know what we gotta season it some more with the rest of that seafood magic. And I'm gonna take some lemon pepper. Give that a quick mix with each other. Alrighty. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our Old Bay added in, some of this cayenne, and we're gonna take our Louisiana hot sauce. I'm gonna take some white wine too, just to give it a little extra. So we'll get some of that. This is our Old Bay. Like I said, we're going for the Cajun flavor this time. So if you don't like no spice, use the cayenne in Louisiana at your discretion. But me, my hot pepper tongue, we get down and dirty. That's really the Nigerian side showing too. Then I'm just gonna use a splash of the sherry white cooking wine to give it a little twang. Mix it all together. Y'all, this shit smells delicious. So, as we know, French bread is super thick, almost as thick as me, but we don't want all that extra crumminess in there. So I have my handy dandy saw. We're gonna split it in half. If you don't have one of these, I know this is for a turkey, but hey, like I said, Mel's Kitchen, Mel's rules. You can use a good knife, a knife with a good edge, and we're just gonna go through it. Gets messy now. Like I said, it needs to be a sharp knife so it'll be easy for you to get through. So now we're just gonna make a little pocket. So you're really just removing the inside of the bread so that obviously we have the foundation for our little bread boats. So we already got the oven preheated on 375. Let me just strain these crumbs. I'm gonna spray the Pam spray. And I know this is crazy, but I'm also gonna spray the back of the bread with some Pam too. Just so it's glistening when it comes out. And we're gonna take another stick of butter and cut it up and lay it flat on the bread, just so we can get like a pre-melt with some cheese. So I'm gonna cut it up in slices to give it a good spread. Probably better if you let it thaw out too a little. So just gonna put them lay them flat like so. Get them on both sides of the bread. And I like it real buttery, so, you know, Then I'm gonna take some of the Parmesan at the bottom. Just a little because we do like our crawfish shrimp bread real cheesy. Spray the top with Pam as well. Now we're gonna walk this down to the oven. Alrighty, get at about 8 minutes. Cheese-wise, we're gonna shred some Monterey cheese. I already have some mozzarella, and then I have some softened cream cheese. Like I said, we're also going to use some Alfredo just to make it a little more creamy, and some mayo, just for a little more fat. So let's get this going. Go ahead and add, this is about a cup of mozzarella, about 1/4 of cream cheese. I'm gonna take that little extra that I had of that Parmesan, and we'll begin to go ahead and get this Monterey busted open and busted down. And I think it's better when you shred it that way. It gets on the bread easier, so. Add that to the bowl. Now we're going to measure about a cup of the Alfredo sauce. Like I said, if you have time to make it yourself, we all know Alfredo sauce is a 1-2 thing. So we're going for about a cup of Alfredo. There, just gonna pour it in. And with the mayo, I say you're doing like a 4, so about a 1-2 squirt. So we're gonna take the leftover of the Old Bay. Yes, I like to season my cheese because everything needs flavor. A little more cayenne, because like I said, I like my food hot. And we're gonna take that paprika and get it all in there. And we can still add a razzle dazzle of that lemon pepper too. Mash that cream cheese. It's gonna be a little hard, that's why I say you want it as softened as you can get it to be. But this is all for the base of the bread as well. So we'll let this chill in the fridge while our bread gets melted with that first cheese layer that we did on there. Alrighty, so our bread should be nice and brown like me. Get that to the side. And as y'all can see, who's the main ingredient? So our filling, and we have our cheese blend right there and some more cheese for the topping. Take this cream cheese mix with the cheese Alfredo sauce and just lay it down. And this is gonna go back in the oven, so don't be afraid. Same, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So now it's time for our filling, the main part of the party. So we're just gonna take that and lay that real flat on there. This some quick and easy. It's like, who needs Subway when you got this? Alrighty, that should be good. And then for the finale, just some more cheese. Can't go wrong with the cheese, even though I need to be easing off the cheese. Fun fact, my weakness is cheese, like real weak in the knees behind cheese. And this is just for garnishing purposes, which we will do again once we plate. But just so it melts into the bread, we're gonna give it a little sizzle sazzle across the bread like that. You don't need too much because parsley is literally for garnishing purposes. So when I be seeing y'all spray y'all plates down with parsley, I'm really curious because where's the flavor? The next time y'all see this, it'll be time to take a bite. Alrighty, now that we have everything baking and shaking, about after a good 8 to 10 minutes, should be nice and brown as such. I mean, come on now. Did I come to play or did I come to slay? We're gonna just cut it. You can leave it as such, but obviously for serving purposes, we're just gonna, it's probably best to let it cool down as well, but I'm gonna just sample. Yeah, flavors, immaculate. And that spice, Oh yeah, see? And obviously just for garnishing purposes, we're gonna get some paprika on there. Garnished on top. And here we are, Mel's shrimp crawfish bread. Favorite part of the day. Oh yeah, guys, I might tell y'all a lot, but I never tell you a lie. Make this, let me know what you think, put it in the comments. I wanna see your take, but trust me when I say you won't be disappointed. Without further ado, thank y'all for tuning into Mel's Kitchen. We will be back with another episode soon, but in the meantime, between time, make sure y'all tap in, spread the word, and let everybody know about Meals by Mel.